We should. Well, hello there. We are live. Hi, I'm Elka.
And I'm Jen.
And we are here for our inaugural series of Zazzle Tech trainings. We are not sure yet whether we're going to keep this on Fridays or whether we're going to go on to Thursdays. But at the moment, we're going to give this a shot and see whether Friday works. So tune in every week. We're going to be here to talk to you not about like a whole bunch of like business strategy and so on. This is serious tech stuff. So it's questions that you have about links and how to make something up and where to find this button to make sure that this works for you on Zazzle. And so today's topic is all about referral codes. And I don't know if we've got all the tech of our own stuff in the background set up properly, but I think we are. We're streaming everywhere to a lot of Facebook groups and also to YouTube. So thank you so much for joining us, whichever group you're on. We're going to monitor the easiest way for us to monitor the chat is actually for you to accept the StreamYard option so that we can see who you are, where you're chatting from, and then that way we can help you. Where it's a bit of a question and answer as well as a bit of information as this session is moving forward, and it will be about 15 to 20 minutes long. So make sure you get your questions in fast because that's all it's going to be. And so we're really excited. Every week we're going to have a topic that's very specific. And today we're talking about referral codes and how you can use them if you're part of the promoter program or not part of the promoter program on Zazzle. And so we're going to dive right in. We're going to start this hello, and that's the drill. Everyone say hello and where you're from. That's our first always request, because then we know who you are and where you're from. And as I said, one extra step, please say yes to the StreamYard option so that we can see you in our chat on the StreamYard chat feed so that we know who's talking to us, because we're coming from so many different Facebook groups. We can't monitor them all at once. And if you don't say yes to that, it just says Facebook user or YouTube user. Okay, so that's that. We are going to start by sharing the screen just to formally start this off. And let's see how this goes. We're going to just quickly just put this in here and share the screen so that everybody is able to see that this is today's topic. This is a new series that we're starting. Today's topic is how to create links to get paid for referrals on the Zazzle marketplace when you're actually, promoting everywhere. And so we're not going to go into promotion strategy and all that stuff, but we will entertain questions about how you create your links for your Zazzle products when you're sharing them, or when you're sharing links from anything that has to do with Zazzle to other places in the world, whether that's you give it to your friend, or you just by giving them an email, or if you're posting on any social media platform. The other thing that we want to do, and I don't know if this is going to show right away or if I have to stop the screen.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. And the other thing we want you to do, and if you wouldn't mind posting.
Or maybe not, sorry.
Okay, so we have to stop and then restart. Okay, so the other thing is go to elkaclark.com/blog, and you're going to find a blog post. Oops, sorry, now I have to screen share again like this. That has some, and I want to just pull it up before I actually say it, but it's how to 3.5 times increase your Zazzle earnings. It's being shown on the screen right now. I'm going to just scroll up so you get to see it. It's going to be this article. This article was recently published about a week ago. When you're watching this later, obviously it's not a week ago, but just check out where on elkaclark.com/blog this particular article falls, and you can search it through the search bar here. And so this has everything you need, but we're going to go quickly through one or two things, and then we're opening up to questions. So in terms of Zazzle promoting, there are two ways that you can promote Zazzle products and make money as an affiliate or associate, as they call it. And the first is just through their associate program that they've had for years. And so whether you are promoting your own product and getting a sale from that, or you're promoting someone else's product and getting a sale from that, then you'll get 15%. All the links and everything that you're used to using are the same. The way that they tell you in the associates page, where you go to your account and you find out how to use your associate code, that's all in your personal profile and account. And you can just go there very quickly under the associate tab when you're logged in, and you can get all the information. However, they've recently, well, it's almost been about a year now, they've put into place a second option for you so that you can make more money promoting your very own products, not just the Zazzle products. And initially, when it came out, there was some issues about how they were setting it up and what the rules were, and it really didn't work. But the promoter program number 2 is amazing, because basically it gives you everything that the other program gives you. But if you promote your own products with a special set of links, then when you make a sale using that, when you make a sale using the promoter links that's linked to your own products and you're driving traffic to Zazzle, then when they get to Zazzle and they do buy something of your own, you make 35%. If they do come from one of those promoter links and they buy something else, then unfortunately you get 0. But that's okay. That doesn't mean that the other way, like all the other things that are part of that program, are bad. It means that this is so lucrative, it's worth it. And you can still promote other people's products using the old system, even though you're in the promoter program. And so that's a big thing that no one really understands. That's why we're doing this tech talk. And we want to make sure that you get your links properly set up so that you don't miss out, because it's not an all or nothing. You're basically still in both programs. If you do sign up for the promoter program number 2, you're basically in both programs. So it's just a matter of how you set up your links, and also how wise you are about using your promoter program link option to promote your own products. And so one of the strategies that we will tell you that's not a tech-related strategy right now is that if you are in the promoter program and you're promoting your own products, you promote your best products, the ones that you are selling for sure. And those you start with. You can promote everything that's your own product with the promoter link, but the promoter program 2 link. But if you're getting upset when you make a link and then you see a referral come in, but it's 0 because someone else's product was sold instead, then you can minimize that risk of you feeling disappointed by only promoting the products that really sell for you. But why? It's, for us, it's maybe a third or less of the products that we promote that are like links that we've sent out with our products that we end up having a $0 referral. It's part of the business, right? It's like, you try something, doesn't work, but the 2/3 that do work, or even more, those are incredible sales. Jen's made sometimes $130 or more just on one sale. So it totally makes up for when you make a few referrals that are someone else's sales. Doesn't matter. And I think that's one of the ways that we really help you when you come into our circle and learn from us, is that we don't focus on the negative. We always focus on the positive. And this is definitely the only negative out of the whole thing. And so there's no point focusing on it. All right. So, and the other disadvantage is that the promoter program, you need to figure out how to do promotion properly. So we do have help for that. It's right in the article. You can check it out. If you're not one of our students already, then you can definitely decide whether that's something for you. And that will help you with promotion if you're not so great at it. But boy, oh boy, our students are doing really well with promotion. You can check out the article. That's not why I'm here. I'm not doing a sales thing today. I want to get down to you can read all of this, but I want to get to is right here. I want to give you very clear, this is the tech part, so I want to give you very, very clear understanding as to how these links work. So if you're in the promoter program, then what you're going to do is you don't have your ID. I'm just going to basically read this so that I don't get mixed up. So when you're in the Zazzle Promoter Program 2, you don't have your referral ID attached to any link to Zazzle that brings a customer to your to Zazzle, right? So if you're promoting anything, like, because that's what you're in that program, even though you get to take advantage of both programs, the links are very important. So, but Zazzle sets you up with the default of how, if you're in the promoter program, they set you up with the default link for every product that's on Zazzle, but you can fix that. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So when you're promoting, just promote your products, your Zazzle store, your links, your categories, all of that, just by clicking the way you normally did. But Zazzle will not add any referral code to it because that's the way this new promoter program works. It literally knows that it's your product that's bringing, or your store link that's bringing products, customers into Zazzle. And so when they come to your Zazzle link, that's when the cookie gets added, as far as we understand. And so it doesn't need a computer, or a referral ID the way we were normally taught. So, and also, you do have your referral ID code attached to any link that brings a customer in and they buy your own product, which gives you,
if you have your ID attached to it because you want to promote other people's products and they end up buying one of your own or someone else's, that means you get 15%.
Yes, that's what I meant by that. Yeah, because I got ahead of myself. Yeah, so the key here is that you can physically add your referral code ID to the back of any link from Zazzle that you're using to promote someone else's product, and you still will get the 15%.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but I switched them around because I was getting to that point where if you don't have your referral ID attached, which is how it defaults, then you'll get 0 referral, and that's what we were talking about, which is number 4 or number 3 here on the point, and I thought it was number 2. Okay, but you do have, if you are in the promoter program, then you do have your referral ID attached and any tracking code to any link that brings in a customer, and then they buy another person's design, you still get 15%. Okay, so on your own and on your someone else's, if you have the referral code attached to the end, but you have to physically add it, or it's one of your old products that you had already out there promoted the old way, then you're still going to get 15%. It's only if you are now promoting as the promoter program associate and you're promoting other people's products, those won't get any money, and you won't get any money if they won't get any. You won't get any money from any of their sales, and that's why you get the 0. Okay, so it's a little bit complex, but when you understand it, that the basic difference is that if you're clicking just on any of the buttons that are there for you on the promoter option underneath each product, or sharing it with whatever Zazzle has to offer, then nothing's attached to it, and so only your products that are going to be your sales will get 35%. But if you manually go in and do those links for your products and or the other people's products on Zazzle, you'll get 15%. Okay, that's the gist of it. Okay, and so then what we're going to do is give you an example of the promoter links. So if you had if you're doing any promoter linking when you're in the promoter program, and you are going to click on the thing like Pinterest, or it pulls a link from underneath your product page, then you're going to pick up that link and it'll give it to you, but you'll see that there's nothing attached. Like here, it's just the actual product URL. There's nothing there, and you think, okay, maybe I'm doing something wrong, but you're not. You're doing everything right if you're in the promoter program number 2. Okay, but if you weren't in the promoter program, then you would have this referral ID attached to the end, and it's not letting me highlight this part, which is unfortunate, but the question mark RF equals, and then your link, your actual associate ID link from Zazzle would have to be part of that. And then that means that you are still promoting the old way. And then if a product or a customer comes in to use this link and they buy on Zazzle, then whether they buy yours or anyone else's, you'll get 15%. Okay, and if you want to, you can also add a tracking code, which is sometimes really fun to do, so that you know where it came from, because you might have put out something with a sketchbook, which is one of my signature products, and then the other one is like when you get to your referral, it's for a t-shirt, right? And so if you put a tracking code in, if you're doing it the old way, then you are going to see where that comes from, which is really fun, because you go, oh, that, the sketchbook ended up being coming from a customer who came to my blog in January 2020, and they bought a t-shirt, even though I was promoting a sketchbook, and that's kind of cool. But so this is basically your setup in terms of what you need to know. So when you are selling one of your own products and they came to Zazzle with your promoter link, you'd get 35%. If they came to your to Zazzle with one of your links set up like this, then you're going to make 15%. Okay, so what we want you to know now is how, get this straight. So, and I wanted to show this about the links and everything else, but I want to get into questions. But we want to make sure that you're very clear on how this works based on whether you're in the promoter program or not. And if you're not in the promoter program, then this article also tells you how to get started. And they, because of our connection with Zazzle being really good top sellers, and I've already spoken to the lady who's in charge of the referral program, and they said that even if you're not that great at referring products yet, you can tell them that you were told that you could go there and ask to be part of it because of us, and then they will allow you to be part of the promoter program. And it has changed our lives so much, because so much of our income is coming now from this 35% referral option, and we love it. And that also really helps you start to build your inventory and start to make you be more successful, because what you're doing is promoting your own products more, right? And then they'll sell more, and then you'll get even more money because you're promoting your own products as well as making 35% when you make a sale, in addition to your royalty. Okay, so you can do this with the store link, and you can also do some things with link shortenings and so on. But we want to now get into questions. And so please let us open the chats up for questions, and we'll see who needs to ask what, right? Or do you have anything else to add to that?
No, I think you did a really great job. And if you want some more information or to read the article, then go to elkaclark.com/blog, and you'll be able to read the full thing.
Yeah.
But
here in the chat, we've also put it in. But it depends on whether you're in a chat or not.
Well, it depends on where we are on that, whoever put that in, on which, I know, but we are streaming to multiple different places.
Yeah, exactly.
But anyway, if there is any questions, then please let us know. But we've had some questions in terms of getting your referral ID number and where to find it. If you wanted to
want me to screen share that, or
no, it's okay. But where you find your ID is when you go into your Zazzle account, and there's a you click on your little profile icon, and then you click on the account. You can see in your associate center. It just basically outlines your referral ID number, and you can use that to add on to your links if you are promoting other products rather than your own, if you're not in the promoter program. But the promoter program is extremely easy, because all you have to do is switch over, first of all, and get into the newer program. And then you're basically just promoting links based on the actual link of your product or your store or your category. You don't have to worry about adding your referral ID or making sure that it's attached, because that was one of the biggest issues with the affiliate ID program or the referral program before, where is that sometimes the link would get broken, or your referral number actually wouldn't be attached properly because you didn't do the coding properly with the question mark and the ampersand, or the whatever happened, and sometimes it didn't go over. So now if you're part of the promoter program number 2, then all you have to do is promote your products or your store or your categories just as is, and the link as is. And what's even really cool is that you can actually get, for example, your friends or family members or people outside of the Zazzle space to actually promote those links. And anyone who comes externally from an outside source to Zazzle using that link will get tracked back to you, and you will earn 35% off of that link. So for
Mhm.
example, if you sent it to your friend who's in Australia and you said, hey, promote this link and send it out to all your friends, if you made sales by them sending a link to out all of their friends, you would still earn the 35%, even though they were the ones who promoted the link for you.
Yeah, the main thing is to direct it back to something that belongs to you
Yeah.
on the Zazzle marketplace. So it could be a product, it could be a category, it could be your store name, it could be a collection. And so that's very important. That it has to be the first place that they land when they get to the Zazzle marketplace is somewhere on your stuff. And then if that's the case, then there's a link attached, or like a cookie attached. If they come from somewhere else that with another link, then obviously that's the person's link that the customer is coming in through. But if they're coming in with nothing, but they're coming in through one of your links, then you're the start of their Zazzle journey on the marketplace, and therefore the cookie is attached to their computer saying this belongs to so and so, and that means you. And if they then do buy something that belongs to you, then you get the 35%. But it also then has that option that if they don't buy from you, then that's a 0%. And that's why it's a tag to you, and that's why you get that notice saying 0%. Now, we had a question, it was a really great question, I was waiting for it, that what do you do with your old pins if you've moved to the promoter program and you've done everything else the old way? But I just explained that to you, right? I said that if you are in the promoter program, even now, you can still promote your products and your stuff the same way we used to and get 15%. So, but who would like to, right? Like, but that means it's kind of like, so that means then that anything that you already have out there that's promoted the old way will still be bringing your customer in, and you get 15%. So there is no downside to having your products out there already with the old links. You don't have to go back and change anything. The main thing is that for some reason, the promoter program gives you more credit for bringing traffic in, because that's what we really noticed is as soon as we started in the promoter program, we basically just still promoted the same way, but we used the different links, and we are getting so many more referrals than we did the old way, and we didn't do anything differently in our promotion strategy. So I think that's really also part of the whole process, is to understand here that this is giving you much more attribution and credit for you bringing in traffic than whatever the old program was doing. But if you do bring in people from the old structured links, they're still going to give you 15% if they buy from your products. Okay, so so leave them. You can still earn a referral, someone said, and that is true. And then what was the other question that was coming through? Patricia said she can't read it, and where's the page from? This is why we started out with the blog, and this is something we want to teach here and have focus on. But you need to read the blog in detail over again a couple of times to really get it. So that's why it's all there in the blog for you. And there you can see it at whatever size and screen size, and look at all the links. We've got so many examples there. It's all listed out to you, and it tells you exactly where to find all the things that you need in order to get this all started, including the email to send to the lady to get started. Her name's Elizabeth, and she will get you started in the promoter program number 2.
Kathy says, is the promoter program only for the store you sign up for, or can we promote our other stores? Hope you can understand that.
Yeah.
I think I understand what you're saying. If you have multiple different stores underneath your one account, so you log in with your email and that's your account, and that means that you can open up multiple different stores. Even if you're focused on creating one store more than others, where you have other products, but one of them is your main store, you can still promote all of those stores, no matter how many products there are in. And because your account, your email login is associated with the associate ID number, and then also the promoter program number 2. This means that no matter what store you're promoting from, you will still get the referral amount, whether that be the 15% if you're in the earlier promoter program, or the new one, which is the 35%.
Yeah. Well, don't say earlier promoter program, because that's number 1. That was no good, and that's actually been canceled. Okay. The associate program, which is what it was called earlier, and then now the promoter program, which is still in effect, right? So the associate program, 15%. promoter program to 35%. And that's the difference, right? One has the promoter program has no associated code attached to it, and the old associate program has the associate code attached to it with the question mark RF equals, and then you can add a tracking code if you feel like it. So those are the two differences, and that's what we want to get across very clearly today. So yeah.
Then Rachel, Team Clerk's already answered her, but she asked, is there a way to add a tracking code to the new promoter program 2.0? And there is no way at this point. Maybe they'll introduce something in the future. We don't have any insight on that. But at this point, you can't add a tracking code. That's one of the disadvantages. But at the same point in time, if you are promoting on only specific platforms, say you only use Pinterest, then you're able to obviously understand that your pins are working. And if you look into your analytics on Pinterest or even on Instagram, you can usually see all the click-throughs. We speak more about this in the Profit by Design Academy, and then also in our Pinterest intensives and Instagram intensives that we share with our students, where we dive deep into the analytics of each of the social media platforms. But there is a really easy way to see if there's a correlation between your clicks on your social media posts and then your buys on your Zazzle store. Can't speak. But you
the
can.
Other thing is the Google Analytics. You want to speak about that?
Yeah, there's an option for you to add a Google Analytics ID number. I think that's what it's called officially, but that you can sign up easily and for free with a Google Analytics account. All you have to do is type into Google Analytics, and you will be able to sign up with a Google Analytics account, and it will give you a specific ID number that you can easily input into your store settings on your Zazzle account when you go into advanced store settings for your store. If you scroll down to the bottom, underneath where you organize all of your products and your featured collections, etc., for your homepage, right at the bottom, there's a slot that says Google Analytics, and you can input that number in, and it'll start to give you data quite quickly. So when you go onto your Google Analytics page or account on the Google Analytics website, you'll be able to see your click-throughs, you'll be able to see where people are coming from and where they're going, how many people have clicked on specific pages, and you really understand the whole story behind the traffic that's happening in your store. It won't tell you obviously which products have been sold and if there's a correlation between your promotion and your sales, but it will give you a really good idea of where people are coming from. So if you've pinned something on Pinterest, for example, or if you've used a post on Instagram and you've sent people to your Zazzle store, then you'll be able to see that there's a transition between your external social media website and people coming into your Zazzle store on a specific product.
Yeah, and especially if you then see that there's an increase in sales, you can make an assumption that maybe those sales came from that traffic source. But I'm sure that there will be something in the future. But because of that issue with the tracking, that you can't add a tracking code, I think that's one of the reasons why Zazzle fixed that Google Analytics option, because initially that wasn't working very well for the longest time, for almost like 13 years. And now it's working really, really well. So it's to your advantage to go back and add, sign up for that Google Analytics account, and then go back and put that into the advanced store settings for each of your stores, right? Stores per store. Per store or per profile?
Per store. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, So thank you so much for watching. We wanted to keep this to 20 minutes, half an hour, which we've just done. And so next time we will talk about something else. Be sure to check in for the next topic. Thank you so much for watching.
Bye.